Have you ever noticed that sometimes the most unexpected love stories become the ones nobody can stop talking about, just when everyone thought Phyllis Summers would spend the rest of her life chasing impossible romances and cleaning up the messes of her past, someone completely unexpected stepped into her world, and that someone is Matt Clark ***. But here's the shocking part, not everyone believes this love story is real. Some fans think Matt could be the one man who finally gives Phyllis the happiness she's been searching for, while others are convinced she's walking straight into another heartbreaking disaster. So, is this the beginning of the greatest redemption story Genoa City has seen in years? Or is history about to repeat itself in the cruelest way possible? Let's dive into why everyone is suddenly talking about Matt and Phyllis. For years, Phyllis has carried the reputation of being one of Genoa City's most unpredictable women. She has made enemies, broken trust, destroyed relationships, and spent countless years trying to prove that she deserves another chance. Every time she appeared to be moving forward, another mistake pulled her right back into the chaos. That's why many people assumed love simply wasn't in the cards for her anymore. But then Matt entered the picture. At first, almost nobody expected these two to click. Their history is messy, their personalities are unusual, even their first encounters were anything but romantic. After all, Phyllis actually knocked Matt unconscious and tied him up. That's hardly the beginning of a fairy tale. Yet somehow, instead of holding on to anger, Matt saw something completely different. He saw a woman who had built walls around herself because she had spent years believing nobody could truly understand her. Instead of judging her, Matt accepted her. Instead of reminding her of every mistake she'd ever made, he focused on who she wanted to become. That simple difference may have changed everything. One of the biggest reasons fans are responding so positively to this pairing is because the connection feels natural rather than forced. Neither Matt nor Phyllis is pretending to be perfect. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly what they've done. And perhaps most importantly, they know how difficult forgiveness can be. That shared understanding creates something rare, a relationship built on honesty instead of illusion. Matt isn't trying to erase his dark history. He openly admits that he's done terrible things. He understands why people don't trust him. He knows there are wounds that may never fully heal. But instead of running away from those truths, he's trying to become someone better. That determination is exactly what catches Phyllis' attention. She recognizes something familiar in Matt because she has spent years living with similar judgment. No matter how hard she tries to move forward, people continue reminding her of yesterday. No matter how much she changes, someone always brings up another mistake. She understands what it feels like to walk into every room knowing people have already decided who you are. Perhaps that's why Matt's struggle speaks directly to her heart. Unlike many people in Genoa City, Phyllis wasn't one of Matt's victims. She doesn't carry the same fear or resentment that others do. Instead, she sees a man desperately hoping for another chance. And because she has wanted that same opportunity herself, she understands him in ways few others can. Their conversations don't revolve around pretending the past never happened. Instead, they revolve around the future. Can broken people truly change? Can forgiveness become stronger than regret? Can love survive when the weight of old mistakes never completely disappears? Those questions make this relationship far more interesting than a typical soap romance. Fans have noticed something else as well. Whenever Matt and Phyllis share scenes together, there's an energy that feels completely different. Many viewers who never expected to support this couple are now admitting they're surprised by how much they enjoy watching them. Some even say these scenes have become the highlight of recent episodes. That reaction isn't happening by accident. Both characters challenge each other emotionally. Matt doesn't worship Phyllis. Phyllis doesn't try to rescue Matt. Instead, they push each other toward becoming better versions of themselves. That's far more compelling than watching another predictable romance filled with endless jealousy and misunderstandings. But of course, not everyone is convinced this story will have a happy ending. Some fans believe Phyllis has developed a pattern she simply can't escape. They argue that she always ends up chasing relationships that are destined to fail. According to those viewers, Matt may simply become another painful chapter in a very long history of heartbreak. It's a criticism that's difficult to ignore. After all, Phyllis has often made emotional decisions that ended badly. She has fallen for the wrong people. She has trusted when she shouldn't have. She has sabotaged her own happiness more than once. Could this relationship be heading toward the exact same destination? That's the question keeping audiences invested. The uncertainty makes every interaction between Matt and Phyllis feel important. One small conversation could become the foundation of forever. Or it could become the first crack before everything falls apart. Another reason viewers are becoming emotionally invested is because Matt never seems interested in changing Phyllis into someone else. He appreciates her intelligence. He enjoys her sarcastic humor. He even admires the complicated way her mind works. For someone who has spent years being criticized for being too much, that kind of acceptance carries enormous emotional weight. Imagine hearing someone tell you that the very qualities other people rejected are actually the reasons they admire you. That changes a person. It builds confidence. It creates hope. Perhaps for the first time in years, Phyllis isn't trying to convince someone to love her. She's simply being herself. That authenticity feels refreshing. Of course, reality in Genoa City is rarely that simple. Even if Matt and Phyllis genuinely care about each other, the people around them may never fully accept this relationship. There are too many painful memories. Too many old enemies. Too much history. Characters like Nick and Sharon have every reason to question Matt's intentions. Their concerns aren't based on rumors. They're based on experiences that changed their lives forever. Those emotional scars don't disappear overnight. So while Phyllis may see hope, others may only see danger. That difference creates enormous dramatic tension. Can one person's redemption outweigh another person's trauma? Soap operas have explored that question for decades. But rarely has it felt this personal. What also makes this storyline fascinating is that Matt doesn't appear interested in manipulating anyone. Instead of demanding trust, he seems willing to earn it. Step by step. Conversation by conversation. Choice by choice. That slow approach makes his redemption feel more believable. Yet viewers know something important. Redemption isn't a straight line. People who sincerely want to change still struggle. They still make mistakes. They still face temptation. If Matt truly wants a new life, he'll eventually face moments that test everything he's been working toward. And that's where this story could become unforgettable. Imagine Matt being forced to choose between revenge and forgiveness. Imagine Phyllis discovering information that makes her question everything. Imagine outside forces trying to convince her that loving Matt is the biggest mistake of her life. Would she stand beside him? Or would fear win once again? Those possibilities keep viewers returning every week. Interestingly, many longtime fans have also praised the performances behind these characters. They believe the emotional chemistry feels authentic because both actors bring unpredictability to every scene. Even simple conversations become layered with emotion. A smile can hide pain. A joke can reveal loneliness. A quiet pause can say more than an entire speech. Those subtle moments often become the scenes audiences remember most. Perhaps that's why so many viewers who originally doubted this pairing have completely changed their minds. Instead of seeing an impossible romance, they're beginning to see two damaged people slowly learning how to trust again. Not because either of them is perfect, but because both understand what it's like to live with regret. And sometimes, shared pain creates stronger bonds than shared happiness ever could. Still, there's one enormous question hanging over everything. Can Matt truly leave his darkest impulses behind forever? That's the mystery nobody can answer. People don't change overnight. Old habits have a way of returning when life becomes difficult. If Matt ever slips back into the man he once was, the consequences could destroy everything he's built with Phyllis. Trust, once broken, is incredibly difficult to repair. Phyllis knows that better than almost anyone. Ironically, she may also be the one person willing to believe redemption is possible. Not because she's naive, but because she's spent years hoping someone would believe the same thing about her. In many ways, this relationship isn't just about romance. It's about identity. It's about asking whether people should be defined forever by the worst things they've ever done, or whether genuine change deserves another chance. That's a question viewers continue debating passionately. Some believe everyone deserves forgiveness. Others believe certain mistakes can never be erased. The beauty of this storyline is that it doesn't offer an easy answer. Instead, it allows audiences to decide for themselves. Maybe Matt and Phyllis will become one of Genoa City's strongest couples. Maybe they'll prove that broken hearts really can heal together. Or maybe their shared past will eventually become too heavy to overcome. Either outcome feels possible. And that's exactly why fans can't stop watching. For now, one thing seems clear. Matt has given Phyllis something she hasn't had in a very long time. Hope, not false promises, not empty words. Real hope that someone sees her for who she is today instead of who she used to be. Whether that hope grows into lasting love or ends in another painful heartbreak remains one of the biggest questions facing Genoa City. And perhaps that's exactly the kind of emotional journey audiences have been waiting for all along.